the general university, they have to come
Hello, good morning, all of you. Is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Let wait one more minute. Let others be will join. Okay, dear students, good morning, all of you. Is my voice is audible to all of you, right?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Okay, right. So this class is regarding your GPAT point of view. Again, I have selected one more topic from your third year syllabus, that is tannins. So it is also equally important like that of secondary metabolites. So that's why I have selected to revise our concepts of in the regarding the subject tannins. Okay, is it okay to all of you to revise this pharmacognosy of tannins? So I carefully selected the topic. That's why. Shall you shall you people please confirm whether my screen is visible to you or not? Yes, my screen is visible to you. Hello.
Sir. Contestant, sir.
Fine. Thank you. Okay. This session is entirely related to the tannins. I'm not go the regular way of teaching these tannins like a pharmacognosy class. So I want to just revise this concepts of tannins superficially. That too particularly the introduction point of view because it's very important like alkalides and glycosides and volatiles. See, what is a tannin? I will give a very brief definition about these tannins. Tannins are complex organic non-nitrogenous plant products which generally have astringent properties. Remember, that's the therapeutic activity that can behind these products of tannins. All these are majorly a astringent property products. What is mean by astringent? Hello, is it audible? Hello, hello.
Sir.
వినిపిస్తుందా?
Contestant, sir.
Then why remaining people are silent now? Okay, fine. Astringent property means it's precipitate proteins. So it particularly to arrest a particular hemorrhage, a minute cuts or openings, it can be used as to arrest bleeding also, and also to precipitate proteins. These are the important properties of a astringent. So here the tannins have also a property having a astringent property. Then coming to this classification of people on mute. Yes, the tannin compounds that can be divided into two major classes and based upon the gold better skin tannin test. You know the confirmatory test for tannins are the gold better skin test. You people please unmute. I get very disturbance. Yes. So the classification is majorly that can be divided into two types based upon the gold better skin test. So these are of a true tannins and pseudo tannins. Those giving a positive test for gold betters that can be regarded as a true tannins, whereas those fail to give the gold better skin test negative, those called as a pseudo tannins. This is based upon the gold better skin test. Apart from that, there will be another classification is there. The two major classes of tannins are usually recognized as based upon that hydrolytic reaction and the nature of phenolic nuclei involved in the tannin structure. There may be a hydrolyzable tannins and a condensed tannins. So this is another classification. That means based upon the type of nuclei present and the type of hydrolytic reaction involved and nature of phenolic nuclei. So these can be categorized: hydrolyzable tannins and as well as condensed tannins. Right. So just we can brief out this. What is the hydrolyzable tannins? As the name it indicates, these tannins are easily hydrolyzable by mineral acids or enzymes such as tannins. Their structure involves several molecules of polyphenolic acid such as gallic acid, hexahydrodiphenylic acid, ellagic acid, bonded through ester linkages to a central glucose molecule. On the basis of the phenolic acids produced after the hydrolysis, they are further categorized under galotones, composed of a gallic acid or ellagitannins, which contains hexahydrodiphenylic acid, which are after intraesterification produces a ellagic acid. So simply hydrolyzed tannins are nothing but they can be easily hydrolyzed by a mineral acids or enzymes such as tannins. Mainly these are examples of gallic acid, hydrodiphenylic acid, ellagic acid. All these are the major examples of hydrolyzable tannins. Then coming to the non-hydrolyzable or condensed tannins. These condensed tannins, unlike the previous explained group, are not readily hydrolyzed to simple molecules with mineral acids and enzymes. They are also referred as a non-hydrolyzable tannin. So this is exactly opposite to that of hydrolyzable tannins. The term proanthocyanidins is sometimes alternatively used for these tannins. There will be another name for these non-hydrolyzable tannins, or these are also called as condensed tannins or proanthocyanidins. The compounds containing condensed tannins contain only phenolic nuclei which are biosynthetically related to flavonoids. Catechin, which is found in tannins, is flavonol 3-ol, whereas leucoanthocyanidins are flavonol 3,4 diol structure. See, the compounds where it contains the condensed tannins belonging to these flavonoids. So these phenolics are frequently linked to the carbohydrates or proteins molecules to produce more complex tannin compounds. When treated with the acids or enzymes, they tend to polymerize, yielding insoluble red color products known as phlebotannin. See, in the previous case, those are we are called as a proanthocyanidins because of that this forming a red colored agents, insoluble red colored agent. So is also known as a phlebophins, a phlebotannins. The phlebophins give characteristic red color to many drugs such as cinchona and wild cherry bark. Because of those, why those drugs are red color means because of presence of these tannins only, phlebophins. So because presence of these phlebophins, they give red color. So on dry distillation, they yield catechol derivatives. Condensed tannins are also soluble in water and produce green color with ferric chloride. So the families of the plants rich in the both above groups means both hydrolyzable and non-hydrolyzable tannins are Rosaceae, Geraniaceae, Leguminosae, Combretaceae, Rubiaceae, and Polyginaceae, Theaceae. These are the major plant families that having both hydrolyzable as well as non-hydrolyzable. The members of the families Cruciferaceae, Pepaveraceae, on other hand, are totally devoid of tannins. So whereas these are the families having very rich in tannins. These are the whereas Cruciferaceae and Pepaveraceae, this is completely devoid of tannins. That means they don't have anything in case of tannins. In the plants in which tannins are present, they exert an inhibitory effect on many enzymes due to their nature of protein precipitation. That is the astringent effect. and therefore contribute to a protective function in barks and hardwood. There will be another class apart from these hydrolyzable and non-hydrolyzable tannins. These are called pseudotannins. What are pseudotannins? These are simple phenolic compounds of lower molecular weight. They do not respond to the tanning reactions of gold-bedded skin test. Gallic acid, chlorogenic acid, or the simple phenolics such as catechin are pseudotannins, which are abundantly found in plants, especially in dead tissues and dying cells. See, where those tannins which are respond to the gold-bedded skin test, those are called as the true tannins, whereas those tannins, they are not responded towards the gold-bedded skin test, they are called as pseudotannins. Then we see the some important characteristics of a tannins. These tannins are colloidal solutions. So they form colloidal solutions with water. They are non-crystalline substances. They are soluble in water, alcohol, dilute alkali, and glycerin. They are sparingly soluble in ethyl acetate, insoluble in organic solvents except acetone. They having a molecular weight ranging from 500 to greater than 20,000. Can bind with the proteins and form insoluble or soluble tannin protein complexes. So then coming to the most important part of biosynthesis of tannins. So how these tannins are formed in the plants, how this can be biosynthesized. The tannins belongs to the phenolic class of secondary metabolites. All phenolic compounds, either primary or secondary, are in one or way or another formed through the mainly a shikmic acid pathway. I think you people remember my explanation in third year, the shikmic acid pathway. This is the main pathway, a majorly of all primary and secondary metabolites are involved. So this is here is also the same. The shikmic acid pathway is the primary pathway involved in the production of tannins. Other phenolics such as isoflavones, coumarins, lignins, and aromatic amino acids are also formed by the same pathway. Then coming to the a major section, identification tests of tannins. There will be a number of identification tests. So out of this, the major one, that is a confirmatory test for tannins, are a Goldbeater's skin test. A Goldbeater skin, this is the test for using for confirming the tannins. Whether it may be a hydrolyzable or non-hydrolyzable, whatever it may be, this is a test to check whether it is a tannin or not. A Goldbeater skin is a membrane that is produced from the intestine of ox. It behaves just like a untanned animal skin. A piece of Goldbeater skin previously soaked in 2% hydrochloric acid and washed with distilled water is placed in a solution of tannin for 5 minutes. It is then washed with the distilled water and then finally transferred to 1% ferric sulfate solution. A change of the color of the Goldbeater skin to a brown or black, it indicates the presence of a tannin. So finally on the animal skin, that means intestine of the ox, so it forms a black or a brown spots on the skin. It indicates the presence of a tannin. If there is no brown or black spots or color change on the skin, animal skin or ox skin, intestine skin, so there is no involvement of the tannin. So this is a one confirmatory test that can be used for the identification of tannins. So here the hydrolyzable as well as condensed tannins, both they can give the positive Goldbeater test, whereas pseudotannins does not show or will respond very little to this Goldbeater skin test. Remember, both the types, hydrolyzable as well as non-hydrolyzable, they give positive, whereas pseudotannins, majorly they do not respond to this test, or otherwise sometimes they give very show response. Right? That is the Goldbeater skin test. Are you people are following?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Similarly, there will be another test, phenazone test. To 5 ml of aqueous solution of tannin containing drug, you have add a 0.5 grams of sodium acid phosphate, heat the solution and cool to room temperature and filter, and add 2% phenazone solution to the filtrate. All the tannins are precipitated as a bulky color precipitate. So this is also the another test to confirm those are easily precipitated or not. That can be identified as a property of tannins. So For that, we can use the phenazone test as also the identification test, apart from the gold better skin tanning test. Another one, gelatin test. To a 1% gelatin solution, add a little 10% sodium chloride. If a 1% solution of tannin is added to the gelatin solution, what happens? Tannins cause precipitation of gelatin from solution. So the precipitation itself indicates those sample having a gelatin. The sample having a tannins. So this is also the one identification test for tannins. So another one, I think you people are done in our laboratory also. Matchsticks test. That is the identification test for catechin. So the catechin test is a modification of the well-known fluoroglucinol test for lignin. Here, the matchstick that contains lignin. Dip a matchstick in the dilute extract of the sample, dry, moisten it with the concentrated hydrochloric acid, and vomit near a flame. Catechin in the presence of acid produces a fluoroglucinol which stains with the lignified wood. They produce pink or red color. It indicates the presence of a catechin. So this is a also known as a test for catechin or a match stick test. So this is the another identification test for not for tannin, particularly for identification of catechin. So there will be a so there will be a number of drugs under this section, drugs containing tannins. They can be divided into hydrolyzable as well as the non-hydrolyzable. So you can see the very important drugs under this heading: myrobalan, behera, arjuna, amla. These are the 4 drugs very important under the hydrolyzable, whereas ashoka and ashoka bark, pale catechu and black catechu are the drugs under condensed tannin. So these are the 2 categories of the drugs under this hydrolyzable and non-hydrolyzable. So this is the in general introduction to the tannins. So just I want to revise the definition. That is, these are the non-nitrogenous plant products. Remember, so this doesn't contain any nitrogenous. So I want to remind you, this is one point. These are non-nitrogenous, and another classification. So those giving positive towards gold betters, they called as a true tannins. Those give a negative, those called as pseudo tannins. And based upon the hydrolytic reaction, they can be called as again hydrolyzable and condensed tannins. And again, important point we have to remember is the biosynthesis. So all these tannins are where it can obtain the shikimic acid pathway. This is the only the pathway that can be involved for the production of majority of the secondary metabolites. And finally, the confirmatory test is the gold better skin test, and the matchstick test is the to identify catechin. So these are the important points you have to remember for the chapter tannins. So we will see the drugs. So these are the drugs: hydrolyzable, myrobalan, behera, arjuna, and amla under hydrolyzable, ashoka, pale catechu, and black catechu under condensed. Now we see that just biological sources and chemical constituents for each and every drug, particularly in case of condensed. Ashoka is Arjuna bark, Arjuna, synonym Arjuna bark. Biological source, it is the dried stem bark of Terminalia Arjuna belonging to the family Combretaceae. So coming to the chemical constituents, the Arjuna contains different types of the chemical constituents. It contains 15% of tannins, triterpenoid saponins, arginolic acid, arjunic acid, and arginogenin. These are the major chemical constituents of Arjuna. Apart from that, it also contains a beta cytosterol, alazic acid, arjunic acid, arginine and arginine, calcium, aluminum and magnesium salts, and sugar. Then coming to the identification test for Arjuna, when exposed a piece of the bark to the UV rays, it shows a pinkish fluorescence. Remember, a pinkish fluorescence you can be observed in the UV light. So this is the one confirmatory test for Arjuna, and remaining test as usual, same gold better skin test and same phenazone, gelatin test is again are common. Then coming to the uses, it is a all of that before the astringent. It is a Arjuna is a cardiotonic, so that can boost the strength to the heart. And apart from the cardiotonic, it is also a styptic, a febrifuge, antidysenteric, and a diuretic. Then coming to the next drug, a black cat issue. Here we have found different synonyms for black cat issue: a kach, kata, kadir, and cave. These are the synonyms for black cat issue. And biological source, it is the dried aqueous extract prepared from the heartwood. Remember, heartwood of the plant Acacia catechu, belonging to the family Leguminosae. Then coming to the chemical constituents of this black catechu, it contains a 4 to 12% of acacatechin, is also known as the acacia catechin. It's also contain 25 to 30% of catechotanic acid, catechu red, quercetin, and about 20 to 30% of the gums. Then coming to the identification test, with the ferric chloride solution, it gives bluish black color. With vanillin and hydrochloric acid, black catechu gives pink or red color. Aqueous solution of black catechu with lime water, it gives brown.
Yeah.
Is coming to the uses, this black catechu, it can be used as a astringent, digestant, expectorant, used in diarrhea, that means treatment of diarrhea, in lozenges and finishing nets as a preservative, in the manufacture of stencils and printer inks, so it can be used as a it's also useful. Apart from the therapeutic properties, it is also used in manufacturing of stencils and also the printer inks, because it is a black colored or brown colored tannins, so that it can be used as a printer inks also. The next one, a pale catechu, is also known as a Gambier catechu, a G catechu, or coming to the biological source, so it is a dried aqueous extract of leaves and shoots of Uncaria gambier, belonging to the family Rubiaceae. Remember the plant families of this pale catechu as well as black catechu. Then coming to the chemical constituents, it mainly contains 7 to 33% of catechin, 20 to 50% of catechotanic acid, catechu red, quercetin, and Gambier fluorescence. See, this Gambier fluorescence is present in only in pale catechu. That G fluorescence is absent in this black catechu. Then identification test or chemical test, a matchstick test, it can be very useful here. A dip a matchstick in decoction of catechu, then dry in air, and again dip in concentrated HCl and warm it near to the burner. What happens if the flame becomes purple in color? It indicates the presence of a catechin. This is the main identification test in case of the catechin. We already discussed. And another one is Gambier fluorescence test. This is only specific to pale catechu, because this pale catechu contains only the Gambier fluorescence. So how we can produce fluorescence, we can see. Extract the powdered drug with alcohol. To the filtrate, add sodium hydroxide, shake and add few drops of light petroleum. Shake again and allow to stand. The petroleum layer emits the green fluorescence. This only we can see in the Gambier fluorescence of pale catechu. And another one, chloroform extract of the drug in white porcelain dish shows a greenish yellow color due to the chlorophyll. It is also absent in black catechu. And coming to the with vanillin and hydrochloric acid, it shows pink or red color. Then last one, uses. So it can be used as a astringent as usual, because this is a tannin. The first primary property is the astringent. Apart from that, is also a expectorant. It is used in treatment of diarrhea and in also used in preparation of lozenges in dyeing industry and also in tanning industry, is a leather industry. It can be a important ingredient. So these are the three drugs I want to just revise you on this chapter. That is black catechu, pale catechu, and as well as this Arjuna, because it is a cardiotonic. So just I want to revise. So these are the three drugs and introduction to the tannins for today's chapter, Pharmacognosy of Tannins, for your GPAT or PG set purpose. That is from my end. So if you have any doubts, you can ask from your end. Hello, is it audible?
Sir,
Yes, yes, Meerawali, you can ask anything if you want to clarify.
nothing, sir.
Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I want to tell one thing. I think మీరందరూ వినే ఉంటారు, న్యూస్ ఫాలో అవుతున్నారు. So I think you majority of the people are interested to join in M-Pharm, right?
Yes, sir.
Or interested in doing jobs.
M.Com, sir.
Remaining people are getting answer only from one person.
M.Com, sir.
Okay, fine. So I think then the problem with this the government is next year onwards, the next year onwards. So what is the fee reimbursement amount that can be credited into your mother account? మీకు ఏదైతే ఫీ రీఎంబర్స్మెంట్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఇస్తుందో, ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ కాలేజ్ అకౌంట్ మీ మదర్ అకౌంట్ ఇవ్వాలట. మీ మదర్ అకౌంట్లోనే ఆ అమౌంట్ మళ్ళీ పడుతుంది. మళ్ళీ మీ ఇంట్లో వాళ్ళు ఆ అకౌంట్లో నుంచి మళ్ళీ డబ్బులు తీసుకొచ్చి మళ్ళీ కాలేజీలో కట్టాలి. సో ఇక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే, మీ మదర్ అకౌంట్లో డబ్బులు పడటం లేట్ అయింది అనుకోండి, దెన్ కాలేజెస్ విల్ నాట్ అలౌ యూ if you are not paid any amount. That is the one big issue, one big challenge all you people are going to face. So how you people are will get succeed in that case, I don't know. So anyway, that I want to just tell you the situation or scenario going to happen in the near future. Yes, Shukur, you raised the hand. You have any good doubts? Hello, Shukur.
Sir, nothing, sir.
Okay, fine. Ajad is there. Okay, dear students. Okay, the time is running out. So we'll see in the next class by taking the very next topic.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.